Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's edition of Daily Current Affairs. I am excited to bring you the latest updates from around the world. Before we dive into the news, I would like to start with an inspiring thought. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. This quote reminds us that no matter how challenging the world around us may seem, it's our vision and belief in the future that will guide us forward. Each day we witness how individuals, nations, and companies are shaping that future. From breakthroughs in technology to social movements, the events we discuss today are stepping stones towards tomorrow. So let's get started with the most important stories of the day that could shape our future. Today's news headlines are 2025 as Year of Reforms for Defense Forces, Disintegration of the Soviet Union, DILRMP and Digitalization of Land Records, Decline of Private Members Bill in Indian Parliament, Advocates of Supreme Court, Polar Sundial in VSSC. News in detail. 2025 as Year of Reforms for Defense Forces. Recently, the Ministry of Defense has decided to observe 2025 as the year of reforms to transform the armed forces to a technologically advanced, combat ready force capable of multi domain integrated operations. The areas which are identified are jointness and integration. This is to strengthen cooperation among military services and promote the establishment of integrated theatre commands. The second one is emerging technologies. Reform should focus on new domains such as cyber and space and emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, hypersonics, and robotics. Simplifying acquisition. Acquisition procedures should be streamlined and time bound to accelerate and strengthen capability development. The fourth one is defense exporter. Position India as a credible exporter to defense products, fostering R&D and partnership between Indian industries and foreign original equipment manufacturers. The last one is veteran welfare and indigenous culture. This ensures the welfare of veterans while leveraging their expertise. The next major news is disintegration of the Soviet Union. Recently, 25th December marked the anniversary of the day when the Soviet flag was taken down from the Kremlin, marking the end of the Soviet Union. How did various challenges lead to the dissolution of USSR? The first cause for the dissolution being economic stagnation. By the 1970s, the Soviet economy lagged in productivity and technology, with overemphasis on military and satellite states draining resources. The second cause is collapse due to Cold War pressures. The costly arms race with the US, the defeat in Afghanistan, and the Berlin Wall's fall in 1989 undermined Soviet control. The third cause being nationalist movements and secessions. Under leaders like Yeltsin, Russian nationalism weakened central control, while the Baltic states and Ukraine sought independence. And how did this exactly affected India? Economic diversification and liberalization. The collapse disrupted India's trade with the USSR, necessitating economic liberalization in 1991 to attract foreign investment. Defense ties adapted to new realities. India transitioned from being a mere importer of Russian military hardware to bridging the gap through joint production agreements such as the BrahMos missile to meet mutual defense needs. Geopolitical realignment for strategic autonomy. India balanced relations with USA and Russia, maintaining strong ties with Moscow while engaging in US led initiatives like the Quad. Cultural and scientific collaborations. Soviet era cultural exchange left a lasting legacy, with Indian films and literature enjoying enduring popularity in former Soviet states. The next big update is DILRMP and digitalization of land records. As of 2024, 98.5% of the rural land records have been digitalized, marking a significant milestone in India's efforts towards land reforms and transparency. This achievement is a part of Digital India Land Records Modernization Program launched in 2008, which aims to digitalize and modernize agricultural land records to enhance accessibility and reduce disputes. The National Land Record Modernization Program was revamped and renamed as the Digital Land Record Modernization Program in 2016 as a central sector scheme with 100% funding by the center. The NLRMP was a centrally sponsored scheme that was launched in 2008 with the aim to modernize the national records system in the country and implement the conclusive land titling system with title guarantee. The benefits of this scheme are improved land records quality. Digitalization and updates land ownership and transaction records, making them accessible online to enhance accuracy, reliability, and transparency. This reduces litigations and frauds. As aimed, it establishes a conclusive land titling system with government backed title guarantees, ensuring disputes to be minimized against title defects and reduced land disputes and frauds in India. This promotes development and growth, enabling credit access using land titles and promotes investment, industrialization in sectoral growth in agriculture, infrastructure and housing. The next update is decline of private members bill in Indian Parliament. In recent years, private members bill crucial for MPs independent expression have been sidelined in Indian's parliament due to limited time allocation. Private members' bill are proposed by MPs who are not ministers, allowing them to introduce laws and amendments on issues important to their constituencies. The procedure involves step 1 being drafting and notice. MPs draft and submit bills with at least 1 month's notice. The second step being introduction. Bills are introduced in Parliament followed by initial discussion. The third step being debate. If selected, bills are debated, typically in limited Friday afternoon sessions. The last and final step being decision. Bills may be withdrawn or proceed to an vote. Moving on to the next news, advocates of Supreme Court. Recently, concerns have been raised over the quality of newly designated senior advocates, with 116 joining the Supreme Court in 2024. Now, let's discuss the designation and roles of the senior advocates. Awarded by the Supreme Court or High Court based on the legal acumen, standing at the Bar Council, and special knowledge after at least 10 years of experience. Their role is to argue legal propositions but cannot take direct instructions from clients and are briefed by an advocate on record. Senior advocates are key legal figures in the Supreme Court, handling high stakes cases like death penalties, company liquidations, child custody, and bail applications. The next news is Polar Sundial at VSSC. Recently, a polar sundial designed by the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center has been showcased in the Rocket Garden at the Space Museum in Tumba, Kerala. This sundial serves as an educational tool demonstrating complex astronomical concepts in a visually engaging manner. The sundial is designed with a polar configuration where the sundial plate is aligned parallel to the Earth's polar axis and affixed to a wedge-shaped structure based on the latitude of Tumba. This sundial features a 1.6 feet tall 3D printed miniature of the Rohini series RH200 sounding rocket. Here are the additional current affairs worth noting. According to a recent report, Indians rank first in property ownership in London. The central government has started the One Nation, One Subscription scheme from January 1st, 2025. The central government has approved a project worth 272 crore rupees for Uttar Pradesh under the National Clean Ganga Mission. From January 1st, 2025, Russia has implemented a new tourist tax. Pakistan has launched a temporary member of the United Nations Security Council from January 1st, 2025. That wraps up today's updates on the latest news. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for daily updates. Hit the bell icon so you would never miss a latest story from around the world. Before you go, remember, no matter what the world throws your way, you have power to create your own path. Stay informed, stay focused, and keep moving forward. Thank you.